Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord, Jesus saves. That doesn't change, but everything else around us does change. Oh, hey, you're still here. Wow. Gosh, I guess it's been over a year since I've posted on here. Well, in case you don't know, I'm RWP, the Real World Prepper. And yeah, I was just putting up my machete that I really didn't do anything with. I just did that to intro this video. So, how you been? Everybody okay? Good, I hope so. It's been, like I say, just over a year since I've posted anything on my channel. No particular reason, but then lots of particular reasons as to why that is. But I can go over a little bit of it with you. First of all, welcome back to those of you guys that may be coming back. And hello to anybody that might be new here. I want to say it was sometime in April of last year, in 2024, when I posted last. Save for a few minutes of a live that I did right after President Trump, this scene in, Pennsylvania, I think. Well, anyway, what has happened in a year? Well, a lot of things have happened in a year. Lots and lots of things have happened. I'm sure, as with you guys too, that's just the nature of life, isn't it? As long as we're living and breathing, things are going to happen. Things are going to change. The days move along, the weeks move along, the months move along. So just to touch a few things that have gone on. If you all remember, my dad was living here with us. Well, he's moved out into a senior living center, not an assisted living center, not anything with, hospitalization or that kind of thing, but they provide meals and they clean his room and change his bedding and that kind of stuff. And a little more independence for him, where he's not alone. He's there with a lot of people, his peers, people his age, mostly, and older. And he seems to be liking that. And it's been good for us too. It's been good for us too here at the house with little RWP and Mrs. RWP to kind of, get our space back. And while we were, gracious to let my dad live here, this is a better deal. Also, my old truck that I've had forever, that was a really good truck, F-150 crew cab, had a 3.5 EcoBoost twin turbo in it. Was a great truck, great engine, ran good, never had a lick of problems out of it until the transmission gave up. At 300,000 miles, can you believe it? They don't make things to last anymore. So at 300,000 miles, the transmission gave up. I considered, this was last year in August, I had considered putting another transmission in it, priced a few, etc. All things considered, I thought, the rest of the truck's got 300,000 on it. Maybe it's time just to do something else. So I got a new vehicle, or it's a used vehicle, but it's a late model. I've never owned a new vehicle, brand new anyway. And so anyway, got that. Also, back in January of this year, 2025, I started a new job. I worked at my previous job for 16 years, and frankly, thought that if the world moved on, normally, that I would retire from there. But things change. Things change for all of us. Circumstances change. Your reasons change. Your motivations change. So a lot of change took place, and I made that move. Been a fantastic move, by the way. Definitely a better move. No weekends involved, which is good. Previously, there were weekends involved sometimes, but not often. But nonetheless, certainly better pay, better contributions to a retirement plan, if indeed I ever get to see a retirement. And good people that I'm working for. So I like it. Similar industry adjacent, I'll say, to what I was doing. So I'm not completely in the dark. And so, yeah, I'm running a branch. I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm what they call an operations manager for a branch of an industry that does lots of different things. So those are just some things. Mrs. RWP just had a birthday and recently, and it was a big one. It was a milestone for her. I'm not going to mention any more of that, but and little RWP is growing like a weed. He's, like this tall now. And by the way, if any of you guys that might be subscribed to or aware of his channel, Adventures with Jack Merle, he has recently taken that over on his own. In fact, unbeknownst to me, until I started getting pop-ups on my YouTube notifications saying, hey, Adventures with Jack Merle has just posted something. So he's taken that over. That's fine. I encourage it. He's into that. He's got another one that's called JPat Plays, where it's gaming stuff. He's been mostly just doing a bunch of shorts, but anyway, that's what's going on there. He's just getting smarter and smarter every day. He's a smart kid, super smart kid. Probably smarter than his dad in a lot of things anyway. Another thing that's different from the last time I posted with you guys is, of course, DJT was re-elected, I should say, as the president of the U.S. And obviously you guys know that, know what's going on, know all the attacks against him and his administration. All that being said, I'm still sus about all of it, just about everything. I mean, question everything. I question everything. I question even more now than I did probably this time last year, certainly than I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I think it's a healthy thing to do, to question things, to question everything, to look and see what motives what things are motivating people, to do what they do, to say what they say, to respond how they respond, whatever the case may be. Still, all that considered, I think DJT is a far better choice than the buffoon that we might have gotten, or the old geezer that potentially was going to have it to begin with. So yeah, so a lot of things have happened in the last year. You guys feel free in the comments, if you're inclined, if you care, to share some of the differences and changes and things that have happened for you and your family, or whatever your circumstance in the last year. So there is much that we could talk about. I'm not on this video, but this video is to let you know that I'm going to make a concerted effort to try and start putting videos out again, hopefully with stuff that is important, things that are going on now, things to watch out for, not just politically. It's not all about political. In fact, a lot of times I think that the politics of the day are a ruse, largely a distraction from a lot of other things. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Do I want to get into it here? No, but I'll scratch the surface a little bit. As a prepper, and I've been a piss poor model of a prepper in the last year too, because while I still have lots of things, I have not been making active efforts to improve my preps. That is something that Mrs. RWP and I have talked about a lot over the last year, certainly in the last few months. We're going to resow some chickens and garden. That's the plan anyway. Garden, not this year. We're just going to do some prep. She's growing some things in pots. But as far as a garden proper, I don't have anything set up for that right now. We've been trying to rework the chicken coop that got destroyed in that storm 2 years ago, which I shared with you guys. Trying to get the ball rolling again. But again, I've always considered, that I am the real world prepper. And as you've heard me say, if you've watched any of these videos for any length of time, that the real world gets in the way. The real world happens. We've really got other responsibilities to take care of. We got bills to pay. We got hurt and health and things that happen in our lives that throw wrenches in things. And so, in the real world, this kind of stuff happens, and it's just part of life. So we have to manage our time and juggle responsibilities, but always trying to keep your eye on the prize. Jesus is King. Jesus is Lord. Jesus saves. That doesn't change, but everything else around us does change. So anyway, that's probably going to be enough for me right now. Just sort of a reintroduction to the Real World Prepper. Don't tread on me. Don't step on snack, for insiders who might know that one. And anyway, I look forward to talking with you guys soon about various topics, my thoughts on some things, geoengineering, poisoned food, poisoned water, lies about big events in the upcoming future, not too distant, hopefully. So anyway, thanks for being here. Put comments in here. Let's hear what's been going on with you and what you think. So see you guys later. Sooner. Peace out.